Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2013, playing on the Two Rivers map. And meanwhile, back at the farm, where we left off was, we did some harvesting. Fields 8 and 9 offline. I finished field 10, 12, and 15. And we're about to harvest the new field 35 and 37, 36. And so that's where we left off. And also, in a previous episode, I mentioned that that I had a new version of the inspector called, or the mod called Inspector, and I actually had the new version installed, and so I had installed an older version, and I was complaining a little bit because there weren't colors. And as it turns out, I was using an older version. I have 3 versions of it. And I installed what I thought was a newer version, and I actually installed an older version. So I'm back to the original that I had installed in the first place, and everything's back to normal. So let's head up to these fields up above. There's the combine. I already moved it up there, and let's start harvesting this field. Alright, open up that combine, drop the header, hire an employee, and look, we have color again. The green means that there's not a lot of harvesting crop in there. Once it gets a certain level, this will turn yellow, telling us that it's getting full, and then when it does get full, it turns red. I got my colors back. Okay, let's see where our tractor is. Here it comes. Good old hired worker from John Deere. Bringing up my tractor and trailer. Stop his progress and take over. Okay. Okay, let's set up course number 36, or course 4 field number 36. It's going to be a combine course. Start recording. And I think there's a gate at the end of this field, so I might just go out that way, and we'll come back in the front gate. Unfortunately, we've got a little bit of a drive home, but that's life on the farm. See if we can get this set up and get back before that harvester fills up. He's already 1/3 full. I think I got time. So, one other thing that I'd like to talk about while we're setting up this course, hopefully you can hear a little better quality in the sound. I picked up yesterday a Blue Yeti Platinum and got it set up today. Unfortunately, I still sound like me, but the quality should be a little bit better than recording. I'm pretty sure you can probably hear the difference. I know I can. So far, I really like this microphone. It was not too expensive. I mean, there's a lot of expensive recording equipment out there. In the long run, this wasn't too bad. I think it's well worth the money. Okay. Oh, it looks like our fuel is in the red, so I think we'll stop off at this shop up here. It's got a gas pump. And we'll refuel this tractor before we... Oh, we can't do that. Sorry, we're making a route. Don't get ahead of myself. Get ready for the cuckoos. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different getting used to a microphone setting on my desk instead of a boom next to my mouth from the... I was using a Logitech gaming headphones with a microphone on it. And it worked good. Don't get me wrong, it worked just fine. The quality's just not anything, close to a decent microphone. And I don't really think it was meant to be. It worked fine when I was on Ventrilo playing Minecraft with friends and other games, but it wasn't really meant for recording. That looks like the combine's into the yellow. Now I'm setting up this microphone. Obviously the microphone picks up the sound, but for the headphones you can just use regular headphones. You can get good studio quality ones, or you can just use a set of headphones you already have, which is what I'm doing. I got some, they're not too bad headphones, and they hook right into the microphone, so everything's controlled by the microphone, the sound volume and all of that. So, and it seems to work pretty good. Okay, 77% full on the combine. Are we going to make it? Stay on the bridge, stay on the bridge. Oh, you're going to slow me down, aren't you? It looks like about 80-some% it turns red on the combine on the fill level. It just cracks me up every time it happens where you get behind a car and the tractor's wanting to go faster than the car. I mean, I don't know about you, but in real life, when I'm out on a country road, it's usually you get behind the tractor and I'm not saying that you're going to go into road rage, but it can be a little frustrating when you get stuck behind a piece of farm equipment. Because especially on a country road, there's usually not a lot of places to pass. I know most of the farmers around our part of the country, they'll pull over when they can, let you by, and that's always nice. %. I'm not going to make it. 99. 100%. All right, combine's full. I'm coming. Let's see, the headphones I'm using I got for, I think, birthday a couple years ago. Skull Candy, I believe it's called. They work pretty good. They've got a miniature subwoofer on them if you want to use it. I don't usually use that, but... Okay, let's drive this course, but now we want to make sure that we save it, unlike the last time. And this is field 36. I just love to see those trains go by. There's been a couple of times where they've snuck up on me, though. I know one time in a combine and one time in a seeder, I believe. I got a little bit, I got to that edge of the field, and the combine was partly on the tracks, and man, the train came from behind and just knocked me for a loop. I think I've got enough fuel. I'm not too concerned about it. If I get a full trailer, I'll just tell it to stop at the last trigger or last point, and that should stop it at the trigger point where it dumps the grain at the farm, and then I can refuel. Within the next year, I'm going to be working on a new computer. The setup that I have right now, I bought from Alienware, and I can't remember when I bought it, but I bought it just before Dell purchased Alienware. And it's got a water-cooled CPU. It's overclocked. It was a good machine for its time, but it's getting a little outdated now. I think I've had it, oh boy, 4 or 5 years at least. Anyway, within the next year, I'm looking to purchase a new PC, a more beefed up one. And again, this was pretty beefed up when I bought it, but you know, things change. Games are getting a lot more sophisticated, need a lot more power. I used to build my own computers. Most of the time when you bought a computer off the rack, you're buying old, you know, by the time you get it home and unpack it, this interior pieces were, you know, outdated before you even turned it on. I would buy my own pieces, and rather than pay for what was automatically loaded on the machine that I might not use, I would take that money and put in a little bit of extra RAM or something like that. Nowadays, it's almost cheaper just to buy the darn things. Yeah, it looks like this field's coming to a close. One more pass. And looks like it's 27%. I think I might as well move this trailer to the next field in preparation of moving the combine over there. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. When he comes on this pass, he's going to be on those railroad tracks. So you kind of got to be careful. If a train comes, it's going to knock him for a loop. Yeah, so it's kind of a catch-22 because if I, for example, if I start from this side, the railroad track side, if I start over the combine over here, whoops, I'm turned around. If I start the combine over there by the railroad tracks and line it up with the edge of the field, by the time it gets over here to this cyclone fence, it's too close, and it hits that fence and stops the combine. So I usually start on this side of the field and take my chances of getting hit by a train. Yeah, looks like I got tied up on the railroad tracks. I checked on him earlier. He might have been done with this field. Oh, it got hit. That old song, Choo Choo Peanut Butter. Downloaded some new mods that I'd like to try. Downloaded some Massey Ferguson tractors. I haven't had any of those before. I remember as a kid growing up, I saw a lot of Massey Ferguson tractors. I thought they were American made. As it turns out, they're not. They were made in, or the company was founded in Ontario, Canada, in Newcastle. Now I've got a map that I'm playing personally. That's a Canada map. I thought, well, instead of John Deere's, I'll buy Massey Ferguson's for that map. And that map's a lot of fun to play. When I'm finished with this season of on this map, on Two Rivers map, there's a couple of different maps that I'm currently playing offline. Well, I play about 4 or 5 maps offline, but the ones I'm currently playing, there's one for Idaho. It's an Idaho map from the USA, and there's one, the Canada map I was talking about. I've got a Kansas one that I have played before, and then there's another one out now called Iowa. And I think there's a YouTuber, R.D. Allen, that plays the Idaho, is currently playing the Iowa map. Okay, let's see, how much canola do we have so far? All right, we've got 158,000 and whatever's in this trailer and whatever's on that combine so far. Hopefully we'll get a good price. Let's reset this to field number 37. And 5 course. See if he can run over that combine. And as you see, it's telling me I need to be refueled. Is that going to stop him? Oh! I should have saw that coming. I don't know. I don't know why, but I thought maybe it clipped through it. Some of the mods do I've got a couple of mods that I think the combine does. I think that big, not combine, the big red cultivator I have, I think it will let you clip through items. Anyway, let's take a look, see a couple of those mods that I downloaded. Tractors. I don't know if I've shown you these. I downloaded these a couple weeks ago. I haven't used any on this map. I have used them on a couple other maps. There's the Fendt 936 BBS Vario, and in the difference in these is they're black and gray. And as a matter of fact, this one right here, they actually call I think they call it the Black Beauty. Yeah, Black Beauty Silver Edition. The only difference I can tell is single tire, double tires. Now, I don't remember this one too much. I think I've played it just a little bit, but this one I downloaded and played it quite a little bit. It is fast. It's just a really quick driving tractor. Normally on some of these tractors, let me show you when this guy's done. When you are at a standstill and you give it fuel, it starts really slow and builds up until you get moving. But that Fendt, it just takes right off. So it's pretty decent. They're pretty decent little tractors, and the graphics on them are pretty good. The detail, they're pretty good. Now, 220,000, that's about average, I guess, for a decent tractor. This Fendt I've used before. It's kind of cool. Now these two Fendts, they don't have a lot of fancy things. Windows don't open, you know, that kind of stuff. This one's got a lot of stuff where the windows open. It's got 20,000 different kinds of lights you can turn on and that kind of stuff. And that's great. They're kind of cool. I hardly ever use any of that stuff though. And then let's see. Where are the... Okay, here's the Massey Fergusons that I picked up. There's the 1200 and the 1250. And, you know, they're not real powerful tractors, although they look nice and they look powerful. But that's only 105 horsepower. And this one's 112 horsepower. So they're kind of medium-duty tractors, which is fine. They work really well. The interesting thing about these two is they are articulated tractors. But when I actually purchased them, I'll show you, the articulation on them is real gentle. They steer really nice and they're smooth. They turn real smooth. They're not real jerky like some of those articulated tractors are. And then you can purchase this trailer full of tractor tires, and you can swap tires on them, which is kind of nice. So if you want to put the big balloon type tires on there, you can do that. So you can swap tires out. There's several different tires on this trailer that you can use. And then I picked up this Massey Ferguson 6480. And again, the detail on this is really good. They did a good job on the detailing. It doesn't have a lot of extra stuff. And by that I mean windows don't open, doors don't open. You know, it doesn't have a lot of that kind of stuff. But the details of the tractor, it looks really good. You know, you can read the decals real easy. It's just really well done that way. And then I actually picked up a Massey Ferguson combine that I'd like to try. And it's down here somewhere. Maybe. Okay, there's the header. And I'm not quite sure how wide that header is. It says it's a 14 PES. I'm assuming that it's 14 wide. This is the MF5650 Turbo. Again, I don't know anything about it except for, you know, I've just downloaded it. I haven't tried it yet. I have a couple of test fields that I cheated a couple $1 million into, and when I get new equipment, I'll go to that map and try them out. But I haven't had time to do that. I just downloaded these before I started recording today. So anyway, I'm anxious to make a little money, and here I'm stopping progress. Anxious to make a little bit of money and buy some new equipment. So I did intend to, if I make enough money on these next couple of crops, buying another combine, because I'm getting more fields to work, and I want to try that Massey Ferguson out, and I certainly want to try the tractors out. Alrighty, working down on the second field. One field to go. The next field is the field number 35 that we recently purchased. And it's actually bigger than these two, so we should get a little bit of crop off of it. Money, 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 money. Okay, I'm just kind of fiddling around with some of the keys here. And that's not very loud, but then again, yeah, I'm sure you can hear this tractor. It's a loud tractor. Let me switch over to the combine. This one's not too bad. If you go inside, it's really quiet. I've got the game sounds down, turned down pretty low. Because they can get kind of loud. I don't know if I've ever shown you the inside of this combine. This combine doesn't need to have horseplay loaded. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've shown you this. You know what? We may be able to... this has got ES limiter, which I don't normally like. But I wonder if we can make this tractor work a little bit faster. I can't really tell if that really speeded it up much. It probably did. This seems to be whipping around pretty good. Anyway, let's go back into the cab and kind of look around. You've got some pieces of electronic equipment there that actually kind of work. And I'm not quite sure if the pedals work. Got a little bit of detail here. Twist my head around. Looks like you can actually kind of see through that back window. And there's a little jump seat in case you want to bring a little helper. And it's not too bad detail. Uh-oh, looks like I'm stuck again. Oops, not on course play. Unhire the driver. Pull this thing back. Yeah, it's kind of funny. The backup horn on this thing is louder than the combine itself. And there we go. And as you see, the animation on the header is pretty good. You know, it's it shows it picking up the grain and bringing it in on that belt. Pretty good animation there. And I wonder if it's going to go clip through these trees. Oh, thank God. That'd be a pain. And again, we can just move the tractor and trailer down to the new field. And let's see, let's live a little dangerous. Let's unhire this driver. And let's see if we can cross the railroad tracks without getting killed. Okay. We'll look both ways, like a good little boy. And nothing. Nothing. Alright, let's see if we can... Is there a better place? Maybe it's a little bit flatter down here a little ways. We'll head down this way. See if we can cross the tracks without tying up on them. Oh, that's gotta be hard on the tires. Sorry, Combine. Look out, trees. Alrighty, and here we go. Let's go get our tractor. Reset course. Oh, I don't think... That's a new field. We don't have a course for that one. But the good news is we haven't used a lot of fuel. I think it was 53 when we started, and it's 50 now, so we've got, although it's low, we've got enough fuel to finish this harvest, I think. I think since there's a road down here, let's set up the course down here. It looks like a good place as any. Start the course. And make a quick little turn through the forest here, down to the road. Now I see that there's quite a bit of trains right here. On our little tour that we took a couple episodes ago, I don't remember finding the train depot. I wonder if this is the train depot right here, and we just drove by it. So I remember driving by the equipment store. And I'll bet, since there's so many trains there, that's probably the train depot. And that's going to become important in an episode or two, because one of the great demands that we had is to deliver to the train depot. Look out, blue car. Oh, come on, blue car, get out of the way. I play this map on a different game that I have offline, and I did this, and I tailgated a little bit too close on that bridge, and I hit the back of the car, and he went flying over the side, and ended up going into the water, and was attempting to drive his way out. It was hilarious. We were using a little bit of fuel on this trip, but we have to set up this course. That is the bigger field, and it's more likely that we're going to use that course than the other. More likely that we're going to use it before we use the other two, since it's a bigger field. Maybe not with canola, but with other crops. I think corn really fills you up fast when you harvest. So if those fields were in corn, we'd be driving back to the farm a couple of times with this size of a trailer. Now, I have played this game quite a little bit. You know, over 1,500 hours I have in this game. More than any other game I've played recently. don't ask me why, but to me, it's an addictive game, and I've just enjoyed playing it. I think part of it, as I've explained before, I like to set these things up to harvest using course play, and then I'll watch YouTube. I have 2 monitors set up on my desk, and I'll watch YouTube videos while I'm playing. And you know, so a lot of those 1,500 hours are that kind of play. So I'm not playing it using 100% of my being. I'm kind of listening or watching videos while I'm doing it, and time goes by a little quicker that way. But in all the time I've played this game, I've never used an overloader. And so on one of these Let's Plays, I want to set up on some of the harvesting in the fields an overloader. I just want to try one because I've got I've got some larger trailers and semi-tractors, and you can set those up by the field and let the overloader come and load into those, and so that your tractor and trailer aren't driving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, especially when you've got fields that are as far apart as these. The fields 35, 36, and 37 that I have are quite a ways away from the farm. So let's look forward to purchasing a couple of those. Alright, stop this here. Save the course. This is field... Now I've forgotten, 35? Yes. Okay, so save this as field 35. And let's drive the course. And while he's doing his thing... Hey, we got here in time. It's 90%, so I beat the combine. While he's doing his thing, let me... take a look to show you what I'm talking about here. Now, I don't have any mod pieces of equipment of those overloaders, but shoot, hit the right key here. Okay, mods by machine type. Okay, I think it's probably going to be in the tipper section. Let's go down. I think there's only one in the regular vanilla game. That's a rope of Big Bear. That's different. That's for I think that's for beets and potatoes. Oh, and onions, which we don't have. But anyway, so let's see. It's not in tippers then, is it? Okay, it's not in tippers. Is it in miscellaneous? Oh, no wonder. I'm still in mods. I want to be in mods. Sorted by machine type. Alright, now we'll go to tippers. And it's not there. Okay. Sowing machines, fertilizer sprayers, manure spreaders, slurry tanks, mowers, windrowers, tedders, loading wagons. Maybe it's in loading wagons. Well, that wouldn't be because that's not forager. Okay, feeding technology. There it is. Okay, the Horse Titan 34 UW is an auger wagon with extremely large tank capacity. So, if you're not familiar with those, and I'm not all that familiar with them, but this will go out into the field. Your harvester will unload into it, And then if you could look at the front of the trailer here, this boom extends out. So then when it's full, you've got a truck and trailer parked on the side of the field. This thing will run over to it. You extend this out, and it will unload this into the semi. And that way, you're not with a small tractor and trailer running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This will fill. Now, it's not necessarily all that important on the fields that I'm playing in this game, but when we get into some of those other games that I've been playing where the fields, 4, 5, 6 of these fields would fit in one field of some of these maps I'm playing. They're just huge fields. And that's where it's going to become important. Oh my. How in the world? I walk away for 5 seconds, and this is what I get. Alright. I think the easiest way is try to get the combine. What was he trying to do? I think it was tractor and trailer that caused this, but let's see if we can get them unstuck. Let go. Let go. There we go. There we go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. That's a little embarrassing. Well, there goes Farmer of the Year. I won't get that award. Oh well, we're in it for the money, right? Let's get him off the field. Come on, buddy. Limp over this way. Alright. We still have 30 liters left. Okay. Now we're coming up on about, well, close to 45 minutes in this episode. We're pretty close to finishing this field. I think what I'll do is go ahead and call it a day, call it a work day. And I'll finish this field offline, and that completes our harvest for this, at this time. And when I come back, we'll start seeding again and get ready for the next sale. And we've got the barley we'll have in the silos, and or canola, I'm sorry, and that sale starts in 20 hours. So we'll come back, speed up time a little bit, reseed the fields, and make some money on the canola. As usual, I wish you a good day.